What is good, folks? We are back with another video. You've seen the title for today. Yes, it is leg day. Now, if you're wondering why I haven't been posting leg days, if you checked out my vlog where I went to a nice little hotel, I was doing some pistol squats by the pool for some content, and I mashed up my QL. So I'm still in the process of recovering, but I kind of feel like I got to the point where I can do some leg exercises, or should I say lower body exercises, to get those legs back in tip-top shape. So it's been a minute. We ain't done legs for like 2 months now, I think. So we're just starting over some bodyweight squats, and then we grab this brick. I want to say this brick is about 17-18 kilos, nothing crazy, but remember, this is my first session back in a good minute, so I am not trying to do too much. So we just grab the brick, and my camera is struggling, but it does make it there in the end. We grab the brick and we just start squatting, making sure the form is correct, keeping a nice tempo, all the other things. I can still see where my pelvis is slightly tilted, so I was just being aware of that, and it did feel a little bit shaky at some points, but we pushed through. You know what I'm saying? We didn't do too much, but we did enough. So we started off with about 15 to 20 reps. I think it was 15 reps of these. Again, nothing crazy, man, but if you've been skipping leg day, shame on you. If you're injured, then you have an excuse, but other than that, don't skip leg day. And we did about 3 sets with the brick, and as I record this, or as I do the voiceover for this right now, my legs are still burning, man. So it just goes to show that when you take a prolonged break from doing certain exercise or whatever, the muscles do atrophy, because this leg workout would usually be a breeze for me, like simple, nothing crazy, whatever. But because I've taken a prolonged break, my legs are burning like I've just played 3 games of football back to back to back to back. But that is good, because that means that the muscles got worked, and that means they're going to grow back stronger, and hopefully it helped my QL to kind of realign itself, and we'll see what happens from there, man. But if you do not have a lot of equipment at home, here is your opportunity to learn something. You grab a brick and you just squat with the brick, man. You can hold it however you want, but just make sure you got it in your hands. I prefer to hold it like this. Kind of reminds me of what's it called, front squat. You can hold it whichever way you prefer, but if you watch some of my videos in the past, I load up a bunch of bricks on a bamboo bar and we go to work, man. But for now, we're just working from here, man. And it's also humbling in a sense, even though I don't really like the word humbling, but I'm gonna say this is humbling because you might be avoiding a certain pain or niggle or whatever, but you need to sort it out before it becomes a major issue, man. So learn from my mistakes. Then we moved on to some single leg lunges. Is there such thing as a double leg lunge? No. So I don't know why it's a single leg. Anyway, we're doing some lunges, a unilateral movement, great for building up the legs. And again, you can see I'm using a moderately decent weight for me. My 14/15, I really need to figure out what its actual weight is. 14/15 kg little weight bundle I put together. So working with this, man, and for some strange reason, my right leg was burning when I was doing this. My left leg, which is actually the injured side, my left QL was the injured side, wasn't so bad, but my right leg was feeling this like properly, to a point where I was like, should I continue? And I was like, nah, this is just like a little muscle fatigue or whatever. But I don't know why, but you can see the grimace on my face a little bit while doing the right. It was strange, but we got there in the end. It kind of died off throughout the session, so I'm not injured, and we got stronger. So you can't really complain about these things. But yeah, lunges, great exercise. You want to get your knee as close to the ground as possible. Some people like their knee to touch the ground. I don't really. I like to hover as close to the ground as humanly possible, and then bring myself back up, maintaining a neutral spine, and then pushing back up with the front leg. I don't know this whole thing about your knees going over your toes or whatever. I ain't really had an issue doing either way, but everybody's different, so it's not really something that I focus on too much. I just try to keep the form as clean as possible, trying to keep my core tight as well. And we're just working. We're working 3 or 4 sets of these. I think I had to delete one clip because it was like not focusing at all. So although you might have seen 3 sets, we actually did 4 sets of these on either leg. I think the reps was about 8 to 10, I believe. Let me know in the comments if you've been counting. I think it was somewhere in the 8 to 10 rep range, man. And again, make it work for you. No excuses. You don't have, if you haven't got weights, you can grab a water bottle, you can grab a backpack, you can grab almost anything, as long as it's, safe, well, kind of safe, doesn't, safe, and you can, get to work, man. Stop thinking that because you don't have weights and fancy equipment that you can't make gains, you can't be healthy, you can't be fit, or, you're waiting to get a gym membership, or you're waiting for this. If you got some space, utilize it, whether it's inside, outside, on top of your house, somewhere, anywhere. Nobody cares for your excuses. So let's get to work, man. Now this one is another one that, boy, I felt it. This was a little hamstring curl with the towel. This is not going to give you ginormous hamstrings. Let me not even pretend like it will. But what it will do, it will strengthen it, and it will definitely help you to stabilize the muscles within your hamstrings. I believe it's called the bicep femoris. For some strange reason, I remember that. But these had my hamstrings fatiguing, like serious fatigue. Ideally, you'd have some pads and like a board, but this towel and the towels on my floor are slippery enough for this to work. If you've never tried this before, try it. It's a great, I would say, stabilization exercise. Is it going to give you major hypertrophy gains in your hamstrings? Most likely not. It will increase the strength and probably the muscular endurance, but in terms of actually making the muscle grow bigger, you're probably going to have to do a lot of reps or a lot of sets to make that happen. But I simply did this just to reignite the hamstring movements that I'm going to be doing over the course of such time, and that's it really. And it's probably the only hamstring movement that you could do at home with little to no equipment, unless you're going to do RDLs. Apologies, RDLs as well, bodyweight RDLs, but I find these to be more difficult than bodyweight RDLs. And I could have done RDLs with my little weight bundle, but I wasn't trying to do too much on this first session. And then we moved into some single leg calf raises. Now, I played football for a very long time, so I find my calves to be in decent order. Some may agree, some may disagree, but I like the way my calves look, and this is always something that has been in my regime for the longest now. Calf raises. My dad used to be adamant about walking on your toes, and sometimes I would see him doing these on the stairs. I'd be like, what the heck is this guy doing? But it was calf raises, and they are fantastic exercise to build your calves, as well as improving your ankle strength and mobility. Well, more so ankle strength, not so much mobility actually. Let me take that back. More so ankle strength. I did about 3 or 4 sets of these, and again, the weight is nothing crazy, but when you're coming back from an injury, when you're reintroducing yourself to exercise, the goal is not to try and do the weight that you was doing before you've taken the break. It's to ease yourself back in, let the body pick up on its muscle memory, the movement patterns, all that sort of thing. So the weight might not seem a lot, but it's doing a job because I'm feeling it right now. So, we just want to make sure that we're getting a nice squeeze at the top with these, and then coming down. That's why I'm on the brick, so that my foot doesn't come in contact with the floor on the descent. And again, just making sure the form is good. Don't bounce too much. You want to control the up and you want to control the down. Just bouncing on your ankle, it's not really going to do much. You might see, you might feel the fatigue, but you want to go for that full range of motion. Really stretch the calf and then elongate it as well. And so if you don't do calf raises and you're wondering why your calves are small, well, the reason is because you ain't doing them, and you need to start. And if you've been skipping leg day, you should be ashamed of yourself. I mean, the legs are probably the biggest body part or should I say probably the biggest, one of the largest muscle groups on the body. So if you didn't know, that's going to help to push more testosterone around your body, and therefore it will lead to overall every single other muscle group getting a bit of testosterone in its system. So don't skip leg day. Here's my legs. They're not looking too shabby, not too skinny, but you know, we can definitely do better, man. We can defo do better. So we're going to keep working. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to make sure that we get these legs back where they're supposed to be, man. But hope you enjoyed.